Hello everyone, I'm here with Jan Lersch and we would like to provide you with an update on some issues in German and European unfair competition law. Jan, what is our topic today?
Well, Pascal, one of the most important issues these days, sustainability. This is of course a buzzword many people are talking about, and most companies, including our clients, have realized that it is important to contribute to a more sustainable world and environment. Businesses want to spread their message on the market, and consumers want environmentally friendly and sustainable products. We are therefore looking at the sustainability from a legal perspective and the requirements under German law with regards to sustainability claims.
Exactly. So I think the first thing we need to consider is that we do not have a strict regulatory framework in Germany regarding environmental or sustainability claims. It's a big difference to other countries in Europe like France or the Netherlands, where you have authorities being able to act on the basis of such a framework and even imposing fines in case of non-compliance. What we do in Germany is that we act on the basis of the general rules against unfair competition, and it's then the courts deciding what is allowed and what is not. And the German Federal Supreme Court made it very clear already in the 1990s that very strict requirements have to apply when it comes to these environmental or sustainability claims. Jan, you want to explain what we mean by very strict requirements?
Sure. It means that any deception of the consumer as to the nature or main characteristics of a product is prohibited. Environmental claims must therefore be precise and not misleading. They must be justified and verified. And it must be clear whether a statement applies to the entire product or to a specific part or only to the packaging, etc. For example, if you say that a product is plastic-free, you can do so only if the proportion of the plastic is no higher than that which would be found as recognized trace contamination or natural background contamination. And you should also specify whether only the product or also the packaging is free from plastic. So, while a soap may not contain any microplastics, you cannot use the term free from plastic if it is sold in a plastic bottle.
Absolutely. And other claims we see quite often are carbon neutral or climate neutral. And I think it's fair to say that these kinds of claims, when you use them, are very risky. Why is that? First of all, you have to be clear on, is that claim relating to the company or only a specific product? And even then, when it comes to a product, you have to be clear, is it for the whole life cycle or only certain parts thereof which might be climate neutral? So maybe only the manufacturing process or the use. But then what is about recycling? The second aspect is that some courts even ask for clarification whether you achieve the goal of being climate neutral only by compensation or even by reduction.
And one very important aspect is that you have to be able to prove and verify the claims and efforts you've made. Otherwise, this would really just be greenwashing. Some companies use certificates or labels where you have to meet certain requirements to be allowed to make use of them. This gives at least some more clarity as to what kind of statements can actually be made. Speaking about clarity, what would you say are our tips for best practice when using environmental or sustainability claims?
Well, I would say my top three are, first of all, be clear. So you have to be clear on what benefit on sustainability does your product give and what efforts have you made. Number two is stay with the facts. So whenever you make a claim, you have to rely on sufficient factual basis and you have to prove it. And number three is, as we said before, you need to adapt to the local requirements which are not harmonized. So you have to see in which country you can use which sort of claims. Anything you would like to add on that?
I would say be honest and do not use sustainability as a marketing game. Rather, try to make serious efforts, reduce your footprint and help protecting our planet.
And I would add, be passionate about it. If you really mean sustainability and you take serious efforts, then you might not face any legal issues when you use sustainability claims. Thank you for watching.